Hi guys, how are you doing? Hope you're doing well. So look, we're back. We're doing a beauty video. I know, right? So I decided that I would come back and do my beauty videos. I won't be getting like all the products that are out there. Let's just put this out there, okay? I wanted to try out products that are already out there. Maybe have been out there for a while, you know, because I guess after a week a product is old in the beauty world. But I did want to go back into my collection, look at products I've already got which I haven't really used properly, just general sit down, get ready with me videos, trying out products, old and new products, which you could still possibly get. So yeah, that's what I thought I would do. But today I have got some new products. I do have new products coming actually. So, you know, it's not all old products, but there are going to be quite a few new products coming up that I want to try out with you guys. And today's product that I did want to, you know, have a go at and try out is from Burberry. Now, I'll say that my beauty style has kind of developed from buying all drugstore makeup to going more into premium beauty, high-end / some luxury makeup. I wouldn't say I'm fully luxury makeup because, you know, price tag and all of that. And apologies, by the way, my printer is right there in the background, but hey, I'm sorry. So yeah, I am looking more into that kind of makeup, and I do have quite a bit of that already in my collection. But I know that my channel used to be like really focused heavily on budget beauty, which I still think is great. But what I did notice I was doing was just buying so much of the cheap makeup because it was cheap and I was able to do so, you know? So I think that's kind of where we're going. So I just wanted to put that out there. And so the first thing I did want to try out is this. I was really surprised when I saw that Burberry had come out with a palette, a face palette. And I remember back in the day, I used to love buying the Burberry highlighters. I actually used to collect Burberry highlighters. Like, I have no idea why. I did love them. I really did like them. And I think I like the packaging as well quite a lot with my Burberry highlighters. And I still got them in my collection. But, and I stopped because I just stopped buying makeup for a long time. I started looking back on and seeing what was still available, what was not available, that sort of stuff. And then I saw that Burberry had come out with this Essentials Glow palette, and I wanted to give it a go. It says it's a Sculpt blush and highlight palette, and it's 15.5 grams of product in here, and you get 6 pans of product, which isn't quite bad, to be honest. And I got the 02 medium to dark range. Now I'm going to quickly go onto Burberry's website actually and see what they say about this particular palette. Let's see. By the way, I am actually wearing the palette on my face, and what I'm going to be doing is inserting, whilst I'm talking about the palette, I'll be inserting demos of me actually using the palette. So hopefully you enjoy the way I kind of do this review. Okay, so the website I'm looking on lookfantastic.com, which is actually where I picked mine up from. I did pay, I can't remember how much I paid, but I did get 15% off my order. So I didn't pay the full price. The full price of this is actually £62. It's £62. But again, we're talking high-end makeup here, high-end beauty. So you're not going to be paying like drugstore prices for this particular kind of product. So it says here that Burberry introduces the new Essentials Glow palette, which is this right here in my hand. A 3-in-1 face palette of enchanting shades to contour, highlight, and add a healthy flush to your complexion. It's presented in a gold mirrored compact adorned with Burberry's signature tartan. The palette opens to reveal 6 shades, a contouring cream, a powder duo, a pair of pearlescent blushes, and a building highlighter powder duo. Enriched with lustrous pigments, the base powders deliver vibrant colour with minimal fallout and long-lasting wear. Diffusing effortlessly into skin for a seamless finish, the pressed powders give your complexion dimension and enhance your facial contour for radiant and luminous base. So it says that this one, 02, is best suited for medium to dark skin tones, and the 01 palette is best suited for light to medium skin tones. So this is the palette here. It comes with this gorgeous gold case. Obviously my fingerprints are all over it, so I apologize for that. And it does have the tartan pattern that Burberry is well known for on there. On the back you do have a description of the shades as well. So it just says the Essential Glow Palette, Sculpt, Blush and Highlight, and you've got the shades here. So we'll go through the shade names. I have to be really careful because, silly me, I actually dropped my palette as I was getting ready for this video and one of my shades fell out, so that was really annoying. So here we have the palette. I'm trying not to tilt it too much because I really don't want the shades to fall out. But you have 6 pans here. 5 of the pans are actually powders and 1 pan is a cream product, okay? Off the bat, I will say that I wish Burberry had put some form of cover on this cream product because obviously these are powders here. So like I said, you've got 6 shades here. So this is your cream, which is your sculpting shade. And I applied this particular shade around the perimeters of my face, my contour, you know, to contour my face. And it just says that this shade is the Sculpt Dark Brown. Now, I actually quite like this. To be honest, I'm not really the biggest fan of cream contour products or like cream products in general, like cream blushes or anything like that. I'm not the biggest fan. However, I am kind of trying to get out of my makeup rut, which used to be kind of, well, it still is. It's kind of this very matte look, and I'm trying to get away from that because I feel like as I get older, the matte look really isn't doing favors for me. So I'm trying to get more into this kind of natural skin, luminous look. Not too glowy because I do have combination oily skin. So over time, if I go too glowy at the beginning, it's not really going to look very good towards the end of the day. So not too glowy. I still do like my matte finish, but I would prefer to be able to add maybe some form of luminous to my skin, and maybe have my foundations do a bit more of the mattifying, and then me adding the luminosity through other products like blush or highlights. So I did like the fact that this sculpting cream, it wasn't too glowy and it wasn't oily when I was putting it on. It actually went on quite smoothly onto my skin, and I didn't really have any issues trying to buff it out or anything. It just glided on really nice. It wasn't like a slick oil and it wasn't thick either. And in the pan, it does seem quite, I mean, it's not dry per se, if that makes sense. Like, it's just a nice kind of texture to it. And it has this kind of, on the skin, it does feel like it does that kind of, you know, cream to powder kind of effect, which I quite like as well. So for a cream contour, for someone that's not really into cream contours, I quite like it. So I was quite impressed with that. And the fact that it actually showed up on my skin was another thing, because I was thinking, oh, I'm not sure, is it going to really work on me? But it actually did. I think that if you are much darker than I am, you might find it a bit difficult to use this sculpting cream because it shows up on me. I think you can kind of see it does show up on me. It's not the most defining product out there for my skin tone, but it does show up on me, if that makes sense. So if you're darker than I am, it may just blend into your skin. And then moving on from the sculpting cream to the Sculpt medium brown. Now, this shade here, this is a shimmer shade. All of the powders in this have that shimmer effect to them, so they're quite nice in that. So it's not going to give you a flat base or anything like that, which I quite like about this palette. So this Sculpting Powder here, right at the bottom, is really gorgeous. I really like it. This particular powder isn't the best powder if you're looking to get a really defined sculpted look, because you're really not going to, like, I'll just swatch that for you. Can you see? So it's gorgeous, as you can see, but it's not going to give you that really defined look that you might think you really want. Again, if you're really dark skin, then that would work really stunning as a highlighter on you. Like, I'm just saying, it'll be beautiful as a highlighter. As a sculpting powder, no. Does it work as a sculpting powder on me? No. But what I did do was I did go over my contour cream with that powder as well, and it just gave it did set the contour powder, but I set it with my own powder in the end as well. But it did give it a nice luminosity for my contour, which I quite like as well. So, you know, it's not too shimmery as well. I mean, I don't know if you can see, it's not a shimmery kind of powder. It just has a nice like glow to it. Can you see? It's just stunning. I really, really like that. It's just a nice glow. So again, do like the sculpting powder, but is it really a sculpting powder for deeper skin tones? No. Is it a nice possible bronzer? Yes. Is it a nice highlighter? Stunning, beautiful. I actually also used it on my eyes as well, and as an eyeshadow it's stunning. It looks really, really nice, and if you like that kind of like natural eye look, then you would really love this palette, because if you didn't want to use it as a face palette, you could use it for your eyes, and it's stunning because I did use these shadows on my eyes as well, so they did work out beautifully in the end. Now the two blush shades in this, I think the blush shades as blushes were quite disappointing, I'm not gonna lie. So you've got like a peachy shade, which is the top shade up here, and then you've got like this pinky shade, deeper shade, which is down here. The peachy shade, okay, is actually coral. Okay, so it's called coral, and then the deeper pinker shade is called fuchsia down here. That's them on my fingers. Now the reason I wasn't too impressed with this is because, and I have to really watch the video back, I think you can kind of see them on my hand. This is the fuchsia and this is the coral shade. They look stunning on my hand. However, on the cheek, like blended out on my cheeks, they did kind of show, but they didn't. Like I was trying to pack it on a lot, and because they're quite like luminous, I'm trying to be a bit cautious as to how much I pack on, otherwise my cheeks will literally just be this glowing bulb. They didn't really show up on my skin tone, and quite disappointed. I really wish they put a more contrasting color in there, because this is supposed to be for deeper skin tones as well as medium skin tones, and I guess this is the problem when you're trying to do too much in one palette. Like what works for medium skin tones is really not the best option for deep skin tones, so just saying. But saying that, I did really like it I did like them as highlighters, and they worked beautifully as highlighters. And I mean, you can see that I have blush on in person. I don't know, because I've got my studio lights on, I'm not sure what you can see now, but you can tell I do have a bit of blush on. But for me, I do like my blush to kind of pop a bit more. So yeah, for me, it doesn't pop enough for the blush. But I guess, again, with like luminous blushes, you do get quite a subtle colour. Although saying that, I do have some blushes that are luminous from Becca, I believe, and they're quite pigmented. So no, actually, you don't. So yeah, these are just very sheer blushes, to be honest. So if you have a lighter skin tone, you would probably love these. But for me, as blushes, it's a no. As highlighters, stunning. If you like that kind of pinky, iridescent goldish kind of highlight, you would love these. Now, getting into the actual highlighters, I like the highlighters. I do like the highlighters from Burberry anyway, because I used to collect them. And that's the highlighters right here. These ones are no different. These are stunning highlighters. I don't really see much difference between them. I think I don't really tell that much of a difference on my skin tone between the highlighters, but apparently this one is supposed to be rose gold and this one's a nude gold. I'd say this one is slightly deeper than the top one, but not really that much deeper. They do look stunning on me, like once they go on. I can't really tell the difference that much, to be honest. The rose gold one is at the bottom and the nude gold is at the top right there. Gorgeous highlighters. They're not shimmery as in like glittery and you've got like shimmer particles. There are slight shimmer particles coming out from the palette, but it's not glittery on the face. Everything kind of just melts in, from the sculpting cream to the sculpting powder to the blushes to the highlight. Everything just melts in and it just looks very seamless. So again, with the highlighters, these are just quite seamless highlighters. I've got like no issue with them, and they blend. Can you see that? They just blend stunningly, that beautifully, with no effort. I'm literally just blending it lightly. And that's the thing about Burberry highlighters that I really love. They just melt into the skin. Gorgeous highlighters. And again, same thing, same quality with this one. Unfortunately, I dropped my palette, so I have to be really careful with my palette, but I do really do quite like the highlighters. So overall, I really do like this palette. As a face palette, I mean, to be honest, I could use this as a face palette if I was going away and I didn't want to take a full bag of makeup. This would do me like quite well. Like this look I've done, I literally just have my foundation on, and everything else apart from my powder and my obviously mascara, etc., but everything else was using the palette. So my contour, my highlight, my blush, my eyeshadow, all from this palette. So you can definitely use it as an all-in-one palette. I did quite like it as an eyeshadow palette. It does give me that kind of really subtle eye look, which I really love doing from time to time. I actually quite like doing it more and more. The other day, I think if you saw my vlog, I did do like a really bold eye look and I hated it so much. Like I was like, this is really not me anymore. So you'll probably see me do a lot more subtle eye looks from going forward. But I did quite like using it for this kind of really easy, subtle, you know, luminous makeup look. I don't know what else to say. I just really like it, and I think it worked quite nicely. So I'll definitely be pulling this out again and using it more and more often. But I do love, can you just see? I love that it gives me this kind of really natural looking glow to the skin. It's gorgeous. And I don't feel uncomfortable with it. Like the sculpting cream doesn't feel heavy on me. Like some have in the past. That's why I hated using sculpting creams. It doesn't feel heavy. It doesn't feel like tacky. Everything just feels nice. And I only lightly powdered my face with my Laura Mercier powder because I am oily, so I have to powder. But it all feels just really, really nice. And I guess using a really nice foundation as well, which isn't too heavy, has helped. So this Skin Illuminating Foundation, love it, from Kevyn Aucoin. So yeah, I do quite like it. I think it's a beautiful palette. Oh, and by the way, I forgot to mention, it does come with this gorgeous mirror. And I just think the packaging just looks so sophisticated. Darling. Oh, that's the wrong brand, isn't it? That's Charlotte Tilbury. I barely got any fallout on this. So the powders are just like butter. They're smooth, they're gorgeous. They have this kind of like gel kind of feeling. So they are quite nice, but they're very like silky in the pan. So you're not going to get lots and lots of fallout. Let me know what you think. Don't know. I think this might be out in the US now. I know when I looked online about a week or so ago, it wasn't out in the US yet. So I don't know when it's out, but I'll have it linked down below if you are interested in picking this up. I would recommend this more for medium skin tones to lighter deep skin tones, to fully use it as like a proper like face palette, to have the blush show basically on you. But definitely if you're deep, you can definitely get away with, if you like the colours in it, you can use it as a highlighter palette, eyeshadow, whatever you decide to use it as. Hopefully you enjoyed that. Hopefully you like this new kind of style that I did, where I've inserted clips of me actually applying the products instead of just sitting here doing it whilst I'm talking to you. Definitely give me a thumbs up if you did. We've got some other new products that I've tried, that I'm testing out, or that I'm going to use, that have just arrived, coming, and we're going to also be talking about other products that I've just got in my collection. So yeah, and I think we are going to do a declutter. Thanks so much for watching. Oh, and don't forget that I do have a crime channel, so if you're interested in true crime content, then don't forget to follow Thorns and Roses. That's my new true crime content channel, and I'll have that link down below for you. I have my first case up, and it's the case for Anthony Walker, so definitely give that a view if you're interested in that, and I shall see you very soon on this channel, and hopefully over on Thorns and Roses too. Thanks guys for watching. Bye.